Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Tonight against Phoenix, the return of Jalen Brunson, played 34 minutes, scored 15 points. Took only 9 shots. OG Anunoby, another masterpiece. 32 points, 19 in the third quarter. Up 7 down the stretch. Brunson with a key 3. The Knicks had a 19-point lead cut to 5, but they end up prevailing 112-98. Great to have you with us, Bill Pito, along with Alan Hahn. So the Knicks' magic number to clinch third in the East is 1. Pacers right now playing Denver. If the Pacers lose, Knicks clinch third. They win their 50th game, back-to-back 50-win seasons for this team for the first time in 30 seasons. And Brunson comes back, I thought, an interesting, Alan, he took only 9 shots. That's the second fewest shot attempts he's had in any game this season. Was he measured, you think, in his return, trying to make sure everybody else would still get involved, like Bridges and Anunoby, et cetera?
Absolutely. You know, he wasn't going to force anything coming into this game. You know, he wanted to get – I mean, I'm actually surprised he played 34 minutes. You would think, you know, ease it in. But, you know, when you're trying to get ready for the playoffs, there's no easing into anything. And he was ready to go. I thought he got to the free throw line, which is so typical of him. He took 10 free throw attempts in this game. He knocked him down late, Mr. Clutch, getting it done as always, and moved the basketball. You know, in this game, he still had 6 assists, so he was making sure that he was finding the open man, made a couple of real dazzling passes, I thought. He wants to play in the flow. He does not want to disrupt what has been building while he was out. And you know he's been watching this team closely, so he's seeing it. He doesn't have to carry this offense. This isn't like the last couple of years. And I think that is what makes this offense special, is if they can get back to where they were the first 3 quarters of the season, where they were one of the most efficient offenses in the NBA, they'll be a dangerous team in the playoffs.
All right, let's take everyone through the game here. Knicks ultimately up by 19 in the fourth quarter, but the Suns cut it to 5. Here's some early action.
Yeah, this is, again, Jalen Brunson getting in the game and just getting himself into rhythm and taking it to the basket and scoring. And Karl-Anthony Towns, by the way, in that second quarter was in absolute beast mode, just attacking Nick Richards and anybody else that tried to guard him. Speaking of beast mode, OG Anunoby, a third quarter to talk about 19 points as he turned off the water because Devin Booker looked like he was going to take over the game, and OG said, nah, this is my building. 6 threes he knocks down, and then it was closing time. Who better than Jalen Brunson knocking down that 3 to give the Knicks a 10-point lead, and then just the finishing touch, why not another dunk? A 360, Billy B. from OG. What a night he had. 30-point performance, 32-point performance, and a run that he's been on red hot.
All right, 3-point shooting tells a tale. Phoenix, 4 of 34 from downtown, while the Knicks go 12 of 28. That's your key number. Suns lose, even though Devin Booker went for 40 points. Here now with Karl-Anthony Towns. Kat, thanks for dropping by. Great game. You guys are up by 19 in the fourth. They cut it to 5. How'd you end up prevailing in the end?
Just executing, staying disciplined, fighting through adversity. We did a good job of just sticking with it at the end.
What was the impact of having Jalen Brunson back for you guys?
Cap adds a lot of layers to our offense, so hit a big 3 at the end when we really needed it, and just doing a good job of commanding the offense.
Week to go in the regular season. What's the goal for you guys down the stretch?
Be the best version of ourselves. We want to step into the playoffs feeling good about our games and feeling good about our team. So games like tonight show the grittiness our team has, but also shows when we're at full strength and when we're executing at a high level what we could look like in the first half.
Always appreciate you stopping by. Thanks so much and congrats.
Appreciate it.
Cat tonight, another double-double. Allen, 19 points, 13 rebounds.
And early on, he was really I loved how aggressive he was, driving to the basket. He was making a lot of acrobatic layups, and he was even cutting. When do you see a big man cut to the basket? We've seen him drive like this. I mean, he's just got so much strength on the drive. He was, to me, just a workhorse for the Knicks. And what we're noticing, right, OG Anunoby had the big third quarter. Jalen Brunson gets it going at the end, closes the door. And Karl-Anthony Towns in that second quarter really opened this game up. And he is looking across from him and seeing, who's guarding me? Oh, I can take him. And they're spreading out. And he's going one-on-one, and he's beating anybody in front of him these days.
All right, so we knew before Brunson got hurt, you had Brunson and Towns.
Yep.
Maybe there'd be Bridges one night. Maybe there'd be Anunoby one night. If they're going to get this type of production every night from Anunoby with Brunson back, talk about what that might mean now in the postseason as we take a look at Anunoby's 32-point night. Well, I mean, that's a whole nother dynamic for them, is it not?
First of all, with his size and strength, you can't guard him with a guard. and not some skinny wing either. Like, you got to have somebody that's got some size, got some length and agility to be able to put up with him, but also have the power to deal. You see, he just dispatches people. Look at that, just moving people out of the way and literally dunking on them. That's where he's gotten his game to right now. Look, again, more strength and power.
I don't think
going
we
around
saw that
players.
Aggressiveness
early
in the season.
I don't. Like, he tried to tell me out on the court like I've always done this, and in my head I was like, have you though? Because
Look at this.
looks like other level right now and his finishing ability at the rim. So what I mean is this. If you're going to guard him with somebody and let him play one-on-one, how are you doubling Jalen Brunson? How are you doubling or sending another big to help out on Karl-Anthony Towns? You got to worry about him now, because in one-on-one situations like we're starting to see, he can beat anybody off the dribble. He can outpower you to the rim. So now the Knicks have a third piece, a big three, so to speak, that in any game can take over. He's 10 straight games now. He's giving you 20 points a night. That's showing you, again, what he's done in the last quarter of the season is all-star level production.
You know, it's one thing if Anunoby's going to score 15 a night, but if he's going to score 22, 25, 28 a night.
All in the flow of the
with
game.
With Brunson,
Yep.
with Towns.
Yeah. And let's not forget that Mikal Bridges is a guy that in this league has scored 40 in a game a couple of times. He has gotten to 30.
He went for 22 tonight.
Just 22, and it's like the fourth thing we're going to talk about is the fact that Bridges got to 20 in this game. So the Knicks this is why they built the team this way. And it takes all season to get to this point. But what you want to see at the end of the year, and Tom Thibodeau talks about this all the time, by the end of the season, you want to be playing your best basketball. You want now all those pieces and all the things you've worked on all year to now come together when it's time to play in a playoff series. The Knicks, with Anunoby and his rise in production and this part of his game that he's showing, have now become a more dangerous team for the postseason.
Likely we saw the four guys off the bench that are going to play in the postseason with Mitchell Robinson, campaign, Deuce McBride, and Landry Shamet. McBride, back from his 8-game absence, played pretty well, 8 points off the Knicks bench.